Chairman, the United States provided $630.4 million in total humanitarian aid for the crisis in Yemen in FY 2020. Secretary Blinken called on other donors, especially those in the region, to step up. Other donations included $430 million from Saudi Arabia, $244 million from Germany, and $230 million from the UAE. The clearest beneficiary is the Iranian-supported Houthis, who have seized hundreds of millions in food aid and medical supplies provided by the international community to address local famines and the health crisis. The conflict incident data provides evidence that the Houthis diverted food and medical shipments from humanitarian organizations for their own use hundreds of times. Tremendous support from the international community has created opportunities for manipulation, since both the Houthis and Yemeni government security forces have been implicated in stealing humanitarian relief for their own use. The very groups responsible for weakening the healthcare system and disrupting economic resources for their own political gain. How can the international community work constructively to overcome these challenges?
I think exactly as you have just done. You have laid out the concerns and the record bear. I mean, one could not disagree with what you have said. All of those charges that you make about the plundering of relief supplies, et cetera, problems in the pipelines, all of that happens. I would just not want to see that lead us to conclude that we should not provide assistance to Yemen. I do think that our assistance to Yemen is one of the largest donors, is keeping people alive. We've added on top of the $350 million that you've mentioned from the United States. We've added COVID assistance as well. I think the U.S. assistance is making a difference, and we're also incentivizing others through our example to follow through. I was very glad to see that Secretary Blinken attended the March 1st Donors Conference in person. He called on other donors to do their part, and indeed they must do so, and that is a strong theme of my engagements with the Gulf countries as I make the rounds.
Well, given the Biden administration is likely to lift sanctions on Iran that is inconsistent with the JCPOA, what is the possibility that this will embolden Iran to building their capabilities and increase their support of the Houthis in Yemen and their other proxies abroad?
That's a key problem that we confront on a daily basis through the support that the Iranians provide to the Houthis. We need to continue to call that out. We need to continue to sound out the fact that one of the leading combatants in the battlefield space on Yemen gets support from a terrorist regime. That is a matter of grave concern. And as I've pointed out, American lives are threatened in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia by these attacks. So we really need to push the Iranians to get on a better page with regard to the Yemen conflict.
Thank you for your time today. I yield back, Mr. Chair.